Everyone ignored her. She wasn't the girl people turned to look at. She wasn't the one surrounded by friends or flooded with attention. In a world obsessed with being seen, she had mastered the art of disappearing. And then, a billionaire noticed her. Not the loudest girl in the room. Not the most beautiful by society's standards. Not the one anyone expected. Her. What started as a simple conversation in a quiet corner would soon turn into something neither of them saw coming, something that would challenge everything they thought they knew about love, status, and what truly matters. Because sometimes, the person the world overlooks is the one who changes everything. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more romantic stories. No one ever really noticed Lila. She wasn't the loudest voice in a room, nor the brightest presence in a crowd. She moved quietly through life, head down, soft smile, always choosing the corner seat by the window in cafes, always letting others go first. And somehow, that's exactly how Adrian Cole first saw her. Not because she demanded attention, but because she didn't. Adrian Cole was the kind of man people noticed. A billionaire by 32, he owned glass towers that kissed the sky and companies that shaped entire industries. Rooms shifted when he entered them. Conversations paused. Eyes followed. Except hers. He first saw Lila at a small bookstore cafe tucked between two towering buildings his company had recently acquired. He had gone there to review renovation plans. She was sitting by the window, sunlight brushing her hair, completely absorbed in a book. She didn't look up when he walked in. Didn't glance when the manager rushed over nervously. Didn't even notice when he sat at the table beside hers. And for the first time in years, Adrian found himself curious. "What are you reading?" he asked casually. Lila blinked, startled, as if she had just remembered the world existed beyond her page. She looked at him, not recognizing him, and gave a small, almost apologetic smile. "Oh, just a romance novel. Is it good?" She tilted her head thoughtfully. "It's simple. But it feels real. Simple." No one had ever described anything in Adrian's world as simple. Everything he touched became complicated: contracts, expectations, power. Yet here she was, content with something real. He came back the next day. And the next. At first, he told himself it was business. The building needed inspection, after all. But the truth was, he was waiting for her. And every time, she was there. They began talking, about books, then about music, then about everything and nothing. Lila spoke softly, but her thoughts carried weight. She didn't try to impress him. Didn't even know she could. And Adrian found himself doing something unfamiliar. Listening. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into something neither of them named. Until one afternoon, as rain tapped gently against the window, Lila looked at him with quiet curiosity. "You're different," she said. Adrian raised an eyebrow. "Different from what?" "From everyone else who comes in here," she replied. "You don't seem like you're trying to be seen." He almost laughed. If only she knew. "And you?" he asked. "You never try to be seen either." She shrugged lightly. "I guess I'm used to being invisible." Something in his chest tightened. "You're not invisible," he said, more firmly than he intended. Lila met his gaze, surprised by the intensity in his voice. For a moment, the world felt smaller. Softer. And then she smiled. Not the polite smile she gave strangers. But something warmer. Realer. It stayed with him long after he left. The truth came out by accident. It always does. One evening, Lila walked into the cafe and froze. The quiet bookstore had transformed. Staff stood straighter. The manager hovered nervously. Outside, sleek black cars lined the street. And in the center of it all, was Adrian. But not the Adrian she knew. This Adrian was surrounded. Important. Untouchable. Recognized. She felt something shift inside her. When he saw her, his expression softened instantly. He walked toward her, as if nothing had changed. But everything had. "You didn't tell me," she said quietly. "I didn't think it mattered," he replied. She looked around, then back at him. "It does." There was no anger in her voice. Just distance. And that scared him more than anything ever had. "I'm still the same person," he said. "Maybe," she replied. "But I don't know if I am, in your world." For the first time, Adrian didn't have an answer. Days passed. She stopped coming. The corner by the window sat empty. Books remained unopened. And for the first time in years, Adrian Cole felt something he couldn't fix with money, influence, or power. He missed her. Not just her presence, but the way she made everything feel simple. Real. So he did something no one expected. He went looking for the girl everyone ignored. When he finally found her, it wasn't in a café or bookstore. It was somewhere quieter. Somewhere that felt like her. Lila stood there, unaware he was watching, sunlight catching her again, just like the first day. For a moment, he didn't move. Didn't speak. Because this time, he realized something terrifyingly clear. He wasn't just curious about her anymore. He was already in love. And as he took a step forward, ready to finally say everything he had been holding back, Lila turned. And the expression on her face made him stop cold. Because standing beside her was someone else. Someone who clearly wasn't invisible to her at all. And Adrian suddenly wondered. Had he found her too late? Billionaire falls for the girl everyone ignored, finale. Adrian's step faltered. The world, which had always bent effortlessly around him, suddenly refused to move at all. Lila stood beneath the soft afternoon light, her laughter quiet but unmistakably hers, the kind that felt like it belonged only to rare, unguarded moments. And beside her was a man Adrian had never seen before. He wasn't extraordinary in the way Adrian's world defined it. No tailored suit. No watch worth a fortune. No presence that commanded attention. And yet, Lila saw him. Really saw him. Adrian felt something unfamiliar settle deep in his chest, not anger, not even jealousy. Fear. He had built empires without hesitation, made decisions that affected thousands without losing sleep. But now, standing just a few steps away from the woman who had quietly rewritten something inside him, he felt completely unsure. He could walk away. That would be the easier choice. The safer one. But then he remembered the empty chair by the window. The silence where her voice used to be. The way everything had felt a little less real without her. So he stepped forward. Lila. Her name left his lips softer than he intended. She turned. And for a brief moment, just a second, her eyes lit up in that same warm, unguarded way he had come to know. Adrian. The man beside her glanced between them. A friend? Lila hesitated. Adrian noticed. Not because she didn't know what to say. But because she did. Yes, she said finally. A friend. The word landed gently, but it carried weight. Adrian nodded, acknowledging the introduction, though something inside him quietly resisted the simplicity of that label. I didn't expect to see you here, Lila added. I could say the same, he replied, his gaze flickering briefly toward the man beside her. She noticed. Adrian, this is Daniel, she said. We grew up in the same neighborhood. Daniel extended a hand, easygoing. Nice to meet you. Adrian shook it, composed as ever. Likewise. But his attention never fully left Lila. "Can we talk?" he asked. There was no pressure in his voice. Just honesty. Lila studied him for a moment, then turned to Daniel. "I'll catch up with you later." Daniel smiled knowingly. "Take your time." And just like that, Adrian found himself standing alone with her again. They walked without speaking at first. Not out of discomfort, but because there was too much to say, and neither of them wanted to rush it. Finally, Lila broke the silence. "You found me. I told you once," Adrian said quietly, "you're not invisible." She smiled faintly at that, but it didn't quite reach her eyes. "You didn't just find me, Adrian," she replied. "You looked for me. I had to." That made her stop walking. She turned to face him fully now, her expression soft but searching. "Why?" The question was simple. But the answer wasn't. Adrian exhaled slowly, as if setting something down, something he had carried his entire life. "Because everything felt different with you," he said. Quieter. Clearer. Like I didn't have to be anyone except myself. Lila's gaze softened. "And when you left," he continued, "I realized I didn't just miss talking to you." He paused, just for a second. "I missed you." The air between them shifted. Not dramatically. But enough. Lila looked down, her fingers lightly brushing against the sleeve of her sweater, a small, familiar gesture he had come to recognize. "You scared me," she admitted. Adrian frowned slightly. "Scared you?" "You live in a world I don't understand," she said. "And for a moment, I felt like I didn't understand myself in it either." "You don't have to change for my world," he said immediately. She looked back up at him. "And you? Would you change for mine?" The question lingered. But this time, Adrian didn't hesitate. "I already have." There was no grand declaration in his tone. Just truth. And somehow, that mattered more. Lila glanced in the direction where Daniel had gone, then back at Adrian. "He's kind," she said softly. "Familiar. Easy." Adrian nodded. "And that matters." "It does," she agreed. A quiet moment passed. Then she stepped a little closer. "But he's not the one I couldn't stop thinking about," she added. Adrian's breath caught, just slightly. "Even when I tried." Hope, unfamiliar and fragile, began to take shape in his chest. "Lila." She smiled then. Fully this time. And it was the same smile from the café, the one that had stayed with him long after he left. "You complicated everything," she said gently. He almost laughed. "I tend to do that. But you also made things feel real," she continued. "And I think I'd rather have something real, even if it's not simple." Adrian took a step closer now, closing the space between them. "Then don't choose simple," he said quietly. "Choose what feels right." Her eyes searched his. For doubt. For hesitation. For anything that might make her step back again. But there was none. Only certainty. So she did something she had never done before. She chose to be seen. "I choose you," Lila said. And just like that, everything shifted. Not loudly. Not dramatically. But in the quiet, steady way that mattered most. Adrian smiled, not the polished smile the world knew, but something softer. Something real. And for once, it wasn't about winning, or achieving, or proving anything. It was just about her. Weeks later, the bookstore cafe remained exactly as it was. Untouched. Unchanged. On purpose. Because some things weren't meant to be redesigned.